Hello, TSP readers, whether you're joining me on Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, any form of media I got going on. I got a gang of them. Anywhere you're reaching me, welcome. This is the Levels of Love Tips. I'm the Stormy Poet, aka the Walking Library, joining you today to just kind of chop up game and just kind of drop some knowledge on just anything I have a knowledge base about. I'd like to spread it out to the community and try to just really address some of the issues we got going on as far as relationships goes and how they've evolved into what they've evolved into, and all the dynamics of relationships up to the approach, courting, dating, what to do when you're dating, when you're in a relationship, all the way up to marriage. I believe in covering all the bases when it comes to the topic and all the dynamics surrounding it, including sexism and misogyny, and kind of how those have corrupted and kind of rotted the integrity of relationships. So, with that being said, I'll waste no further time. It's probably gonna be a short episode today. I'm not gonna get too deep, but I just kind of wanted to touch on a subject I feel a lot of people go back and forward about, which has kind of been an age-old question in regards to the approach of whether it be a man approaching a woman or a woman approaching a man. Who is supposed to approach whom? Who's supposed to ask for the number? Who's supposed to initiate? You hear a lot of these, or you see a lot of these magazines and these blogs and these movies, and the man is supposed to initiate and approach and take charge. That means he's a real man, right? He's supposed to be the initiator, the person who's supposed to basically tell you every single thing you as a woman are supposed to identical to what you've ever wanted to hear a man say to you. He's supposed to say these things word for word, and then he classifies as the kind of guy that's going to give you, that you're going to give the digits to, or that you're going to show interest in, or that you're going to perceive as somebody you want to be with, right? So, is it supposed to work that way? And I remember a conversation I was having with my homeboy, my brother, Christopher Robinson, who's my brother from another mother, and his lovely wife, Zala. Him and Zava was, we were having a conversation at the cafe one time, and, I wrote a blog about this. This is back when I was a little baby. I was a little baby blogger. I didn't really know a lot what I was talking about. And I was still kind of learning the game and trying to soak up game. But I felt, I was passionate about it. I had something I felt the world needed to hear, and that was of value. And so I said it. I put that out there and threw that into the universe. And I'm like, okay, if people like it, then fine. If not, then oh well. And this is how I feel. And the name of the blog, old blog, it's not even up anymore. I took that down because I don't even really subscribe to that anymore. But the name of the blog was, "Is it ethnically wrong for a woman to approach a man if she's interested in him?" Right? And as I'm having the conversation at the Cafe Brazil is the name of the place. It's a real dope spot here in Dallas, Deep Ellum. I love that coffee shop, open 24/7. We used to go get sobered up there after the damn club, because there's the only place serving grub and Java. for us to sober up and make it damn home. For real. But anyways, we weren't there on that, type of president, but we was there kicking and chopping it up, and we discussed that blog, and Zava was like, man, I don't agree with and in the blog I said I think it's perfectly okay for a woman to approach a man and say, hey, I need your number, which I kind of that's the way I've evolved. I've evolved to think differently on a lot of different levels, but I've definitely evolved kind of away from that way of thinking. I think the man needs to approach the woman. So me and her disagreed at that point in time, in some aspects, but not all aspects. I do think it's totally permissible for the woman to present to the man, hey, I'm interested in you, but I need you to be willing to risk rejection. And I didn't really have the knowledge base at that time to make that argument. I really had the knowledge base to kind of really write that blog the way I wanted to write it. So essentially, Zava was completely 100% right, and that it's the man's job to pursue the woman and whatnot. Now, the place where we disagreed was where she was saying it's totally up to the man to figure out that the woman wants her. It's totally up to him. It's not up to the woman. You need to figure everything out that suggests that woman is interested in you. And that's why I disagreed at. Because here's the thing. If you look at this culture of misogyny and the way sexism works, is that men assume BS all the time that a woman is interested in them. If you look at all these cases coming out with these politicians and these news sources, these high execs at these news sources and these corporations, where they're accusing these men of sexual misconduct, there's a lot of that going on where the man, just because the woman looked at them a certain way, presumed that they were sexually interested, which is that's how misogyny works, where it's like I'm supposed to be a mind reader, and because of what most of the time other men have told me, or something I read in a magazine, or heard in a rap song, or saw in a James Bond flick, that's how I'm supposed to know I'm interested in you, that's very unrealistic, and that's dangerous. You as a woman have to give me consent. You as a woman has to give any man consent, and you have to, one of the ways that you give consent is it's not just saying, yes, I give you the right to have sex with me, or to kiss me, or to hold my hand. What giving consent says is, yeah, I see these I see these mannerisms, and I see these kind of messages that you're sending to me, and I think that you're interested in me. I don't know for sure, but I kind of think that, I kind of, you as a man, I kind of want to encourage you, if that's the way you feel. If I'm interested in you, I'm going to give you kind of some encouragement, not signals. Like, I remember reading this one. I don't even remember what it was. I was a little 20-something-year-old at the time, but I remember reading this, whether it was an article or something online, that if women play with their hair, that means they're interested in you. That is complete and utter BS. It does not mean that at all. A lot of women just play with their hair. The same reason why men bite their damn nails, why they tap their fingers, why they leg twitches. My leg twitches all the damn time. It don't mean anything. It just means I'm bored, probably. Right, so I can't, men shouldn't perceive that as a woman being attracted to them or wanting them to holler. But at the same time, there are some general common courtesy features that a woman can perceive and say, well, he complimented me on my apparel. Okay, well, that doesn't really mean anything just just by itself. But, if we're all talking and y'all hitting it off as far as conversation goes, and y'all just talking about, a dope movie y'all both saw, or some type of interest that you have in common. It's just like if you're at the gym or something and you talking to a female about her workout regimen. Y'all both in there getting y'all workout on. That's something y'all have in common. That's dope. And let's say you're a woman and he's talking with you about these things, and he compliments you on your eyes or something, or he compliments you on whatever. But not just that. If he asks you certain questions like, so your man doesn't work out with you? That's odd. I would work out with my woman. If he says something a little suggestive, that's not really disrespectful. That's just kind of making an observation. And then a man who's on top of his game knows to make observations. A man who's on top of his game knows to make observations and make decisions based off that. Not just, telling you got a fat booty or something trashy or disgusting like that. So, a woman can perceive these things and just give a little bit of, if you are interested, give a little bit of encouragement. And on the flip side, it's a man's job if you saying these things because your game is on, is on point, and she's not responding, or she's giving you the kind of like, kind of want to be left alone right now. I mean, I'm at the gym trying to work out, trying to get my workout on. I'm not interested in no dudes, or I got a dude, or she a real woman's gonna give you hints like, hey, I got this going on. I'm not really looking for that right now, but thank you. Okay. So in my humble opinion, I feel it's the man's job to initiate, but only in a manner in which is respectful to the woman and her wishes. And I feel really it's the man's job to be able to be willing to face rejection. There, I said it, right? I feel it's the man's job to be able to endure rejection. Because here's the thing, fellas. I mean, yes, we're valuable. Manhood is valuable. Masculinity is valuable. Being a man is a very valuable thing. We're valuable entities. We produce the seeds of procreation. We're the protectors. That's why biologically, normally, most of the time, we're physically stronger. Not all the time, but most of the time. That's the reason we have this divine influence. We're of value as Homo sapiens, as males. And so I'm not detracting away from that, but what I am trying to say is women got to go through a lot of hardships as just existing as women. And I mean, I'm talking about, the pregnancies where they got to carry the human being for 9 months. I can't even pretend to know what that's like. Only kind of sympathy or empathy, rather, I have with that is, I had, gluten intolerance for 3 years, and it was shit on my body, man. I went through it. I was brought to my knees by that for 3 damn years, and didn't know what the hell was wrong. I had to figure it out for myself. But they have to go through that, and they have to go through periods and menopause and all this other kind of crazy stuff that biologically happens to them. And I think the least we can do is be willing to risk rejection. I just think that's the least that we can do. And then the nurturers, they're the ones that take care of our, kids that we passed on that DNA to. They're the ones that nurture them and breastfeed them and do all this other stuff. I mean, the least we can do is be willing to face. If they're willing to go through all that for you, the least you can do is be willing to face some damn rejection. It's a small, teeny, teensy, weeny price to pay. Yeah, it's your job to do that. not saying you're less valuable as a man for doing that. I'm not saying that you need to kiss up to females and suck up to them and just put on all this fakeness for them, and you need to act out of character and be extra with it. I'm just trying to say, just be respectful of that. Yeah, so I think it is the man's job to approach a woman, but that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that a woman can't just at least let you know, hey man, I'm interested and this is legit, and I'm gonna encourage you. And if you about that life, then put your bid down, bro. Do what you do. And challenge the man on that. Hey, if you really about it, why don't you call me up sometime? And it's not the sister's job to be like, oh, when you call me up sometime, and the brother like, well, what do you mean? Because he's trying to get her to give the digits and try to put herself on the line. No, man, that's not cool. You need to put your pride on the line and your ego on the line. That's what she's looking for. Put your ego on the line. It's not hard. If you're feeling somebody, if you're feeling a man, excuse me, my bad. Hell no, not feeling a man. If you're feeling a woman, no moistness up in here, but if you're feeling a woman, just say, hey, I like this about you. I like these things about you. Not just her body parts. I like these qualities about you. And I would like to get to know you better. Regardless of if you're trying to just, have something physical, which, I really don't promote that at all. But if that's reality and that's what you're about, then be honest about it. But whether it's that, or whether it's I want something committed, or whether it's I want to just try to date right now, or whatever your situation is, just give the opportunity for the woman to say yes or no. Don't try to pressure her, and say, hey, I'm interested in you. May I get to know you better? And ladies, it's perfectly 100% okay. I don't care what anybody tells you. There's nothing if you deep in the Bible and deep in the Word, there's nothing in the Bible that says a woman cannot tell a man, hey, I'm interested, but I need you to put the bid in. I need you to approach me and be willing to risk rejection. How can you prove you're strong to a woman if you're scared of rejection? What kind of man does that make you look like? Nah. That doesn't make you a real man. All the real men I know who are married and happily married with wives, they approached the woman. They approached her and said, hey, I would like to get to know you better. I would like to get to know you on this level. And they're happily married right now. So, yeah, that's the man's job. But don't ever get caught up in this thing where the woman's not supposed to say anything at all whatsoever, and the man's supposed to be the mind reader. That's why so many people are alone right now. When you start getting into this mind reader crap, that's the reason why so many people are alone. Men think totally different than women, number one. Second of all, nobody can tell what someone wants without them telling them that, without them explaining to them. A man is not supposed to figure out what you want. He's supposed to hear what you want verbally, with your words, not with these body expressions and this, well, he didn't compliment me 10 times, so he should know that I'm mad. No, screw all that. It's with your words. This specifically is what I need. Either you're coming with it or you're not. Now, can you approach me like a man and tell me, are you trying to put your bid in? That's what it boils down to. Anyways, I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight or today or whatever point in the day or night that it is, whatever point in time that it is. I appreciate you tuning in. This is the Stormy Poet signing off. Feel free to support any of my initiatives by going to my website and contributing to my blog, contributing to my literary site that I've been building over the past couple of years. Any dollar amount helps. But I also have a new subscribe service I'm rolling out very, very soon. I actually have it set up through PayPal where it will monthly bill you. You don't even have to worry about it. You set it up one time and it just takes it out of your account. You don't even have to think about it. It's less than a cup of coffee. And if you really want to get generous, I do the $5 amount every month, where it's less than a fancy smancy Starbucks coffee, like as I say in the subscription option. Feel free to give over there. Feel free to check me out on YouTube, of course. Facebook, I'm at facebook.com/stormypoetry85. Feel free to go like that. I'm at soundcloud.com/thestormypoet. And of course, if you want to access this episode through my website, which is dedicated to talking about relationships and giving you relationship guidance, you can feel free to visit me on rootofalllove.com. In any case, it's been a pleasure chopping it up with you. I hope I was able to share some valuable knowledge with my TSP readers and my different families, social media families. This is the Stormy Poet sign off. And I hope you have a wonderful, lovely, positive, productive, healthy, and blessed day. Peace.